have put together 3 really awesome, quick, simple appetizers that are perfect for any day, but especially on game day. We got some awesome shrimp dip that is super creamy and delicious, served up with some fresh veggies, air fried chicken wings that pair great with a homemade ranch. And then we also have pigs in a blanket, but that we serve that up with a little bit of homemade honey mustard dipping sauce. All of these are so good. They're so easy. They're great for crowds. They're simple, and you can have them done in no time. So if you want to see how we made them, then keep watching. Some shrimp dip. Now this is probably one of the most popular appetizers that we have in our family for any kind of get together, whether it's game day or not. This is actually Ryan's mom's recipe, and everybody on her side of the family has their own kind of way of making it. So you really can kind of play around with the seasonings, the flavors in this all you want, and kind of, you know, make it to how you would like it. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with some shrimp. You should probably save a little bit of the cooking water, but I forgot, but it's not a big deal. So to this, we are going to add some cream cheese. It is super important that your cream cheese is softened. It's just gonna make it a lot easier to mix it in. So we're just gonna add about a half a block. And then now to the cream cheese, we're gonna add some mayo. Now, typically for about a pound of shrimp, which is what I have in here, I would do about a half a block to a block of cream cheese. I don't like to have it too cream cheesy. So really the mayo and the cream cheese, you can kind of add till it gets to the consistency that you like. Half a cup to a cup, it really just depends. And then we'll go ahead and mix all this together and just kind of see where we're at consistency-wise. Okay, like a quarter to a half a teaspoon of some black pepper. And then we're also gonna add about a quarter teaspoon of some salt. Be careful with the salt, just because we added the liquid crab oil, the Slappy Mama, and the Old Bay to the cooking liquid when we cook the shrimp. Be just really kind of mindful of that. This is where you kind of just need to season it to taste. Now this is gonna go and it's gonna chill in the fridge for as long as you can possibly stand to let it chill. You wanna get it nice and cold, but you also need to remember that as it sits and chills, the saltiness and everything is gonna intensify. The Old Bay, which is what I added here, and then I'm also going to add a little bit more Slappy Mama just to give it some heat. And we're gonna mix all this in. A little bit of lemon. Sometimes I add fresh lemon, sometimes I just add lemon pepper. It really just depends on what you have. I like to kind of have that nice zesty freshness that the lemon juice has. So I like to kind of put my hand under the lemon. That way if there's any seeds, which there's none, shocker, you catch them. So the lemon gives it a really nice, like I said, citrusy edge, and it kind of helps cut through the fattiness that the mayo and the cream cheese kind of add. Ain't that right? Okay, so as this is right now, it's pretty liquidy, so I'm not gonna add any of the milk. The milk and the cooking liquid that I recommended you probably save a little bit of. I would save that till after this has had time to sit. Really? When I take it out, it gets a little too thick. You can always add a little splash of milk, heavy cream, half and half, or if you remember to save the cooking liquid, you can put a little bit in there. Honestly, the consistency and thickness of it is really to your liking. You want it to where you can actually scoop it up, but you don't want it too thick to where it'll break whatever chip or veggies you use. So we're gonna pop this in the fridge, let it chill, and then we get to have it. So the next thing that I'm gonna show y'all how to make is probably one of my favorite appetizers of all time. I fix these whether it's game day or not, and they are air fried chicken wings. You honestly cannot beat anything that you cook in the air fryer, but chicken wings are just on another level. This is the Philips air fryer. It's like the big one. You can use whatever air fryer you have, but the key is you want to put it on the highest temp that it goes. So mine goes to 390. Follow the instructions though on your air fryer because some of them may cook chicken differently. I find with my air fryer at 390, chicken wings take anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. So just kind of watch them. When you start to notice the meat kind of pulling away from the bone, the skin gets really nice and brown and crisp and juicy, then you know that they're ready. I fix these 2 ways. When I have people over, I like to try and fix things in a variety of ways. That way it appeals to everybody's taste. Not everybody really cares for wings that are put in like buffalo sauce, things like that. So what I'm gonna do is the wings that I'm actually gonna toss in the wing sauce, I'm gonna leave them plain. Wing sauce on its own already has plenty enough heat and salt and all that good stuff. So I don't wanna run the risk of over seasoning them by adding more seasoning to the wings before I cook them. Chicken wings out, and this is one of my favorite kind of buffalo combination sauces to put on there. So I have here just some traditional creamy buffalo wing sauce. This is Sweet Baby Ray's. Use whatever you like, use whatever you have. You don't have to do this combination, but it's my personal favorite, and it always seems to be a crowd pleaser. So we're gonna do the tiniest little drizzle of this. Okay, not too much. I like to start a little and then kind of work my way up if needed. And the next thing I'm gonna add, this is actually some garlic Parmesan wing sauce. I really like the combination of mixing these 2 together. You can do all buffalo, you could do all garlic Parmesan, you could do all whatever kind of flavorings you like. So we're just gonna put a little bit on there. And then now we're just gonna toss these together. Alright, so now we just took our first batch of wings out. They smell so good. I have them sitting in the buffalo garlic Parmesan wing sauce mixture. Kind of let them cool down just a little bit because they hot. And now we're gonna add in this mixture of wings. So what I added on top of here is just some salt, black pepper, some Old Bay, slap your mama, a little garlic powder, onion powder. Honestly, add whatever you like. I just like to kind of keep it a little bit basic just because the ranch that we're gonna make is so flavorful that I don't want the flavor of the wings with the ranch to be just too overwhelming. But season it honestly however you like. Get as creative as you want. for game day, we are going to make little pigs in a blanket, but we're gonna elevate them a little bit with some puff pastry and some smoked sausage. Now you could totally do this with hot dogs or the little like weenies that you would normally get for pigs in a blanket. Use some crescent rolls, biscuit dough, whatever you have. But I think it's it's fun to kind of elevate it with some puff pastry dough. So that's what we have here. And then I also have, just for even more flavor, some green onion smoked sausage. Here, this is just one sheet of puff pastry that I went ahead and folded in half. What I'm gonna do is I have all of my puff pastry that's cut in half. And as you can see, I have these nice slips. I have at least 2 of these per sausage link, just because you never know how much you're gonna need. And if you have extra, you can always cut it. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put the end of the sausage on one end, and then you're just gonna roll it to where the puff pastry now starts to cover the whole sausage length. And as you can see, where we have it right there is perfect. And then we'll just cut that off, and then you got a nice little rolled up sausage. Wrapped up, and they look so cute. So now I just have here a little beaten egg. This just keeps everything nice and golden for the crust, and then it also allows the little seasonings that we're gonna put on top to actually stick better. So what I'm gonna add is some toasted onion and garlic seasoning by Paul Prudhomme. There's no salt in it, and it just gives it a really nice garlic onion kind of flavor. So I'm just gonna sprinkle these all over top. And then now that we have that sprinkled on top, we are going to use what I think gives this the best flavor. It is everything but the bagel seasoning. You can find this nowadays anywhere. Sam's has it in like these big containers. I get this at Trader Joe's, and it's so good. It's got like sesame seeds and roasted garlic and all that kind of stuff. This just gives it another level of flavor. So we're just gonna sprinkle this on top. Pop this into a 350-degree oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. The sausage is all the way cooked through, so really what you're looking for is the puff pastry to get nice and puffy and golden and get a little crusty feel to it, which takes about 20 minutes at 350. So we'll go ahead and pop these in. So now, while those bake, we are going to make the most delicious honey mustard sauce ever. This is honestly what I think is like the best sauce to go with this. And it's super simple. You don't need a whole lot of ingredients. So first we're gonna start off with some spicy brown mustard, and we're gonna do about like a half a cup. We're gonna add the same amount of mayo, so about a half a cup. So now we're gonna add our other mustard, and this is just some Creole. We're gonna do a quarter cup of this. And then now that we have that in there, we're gonna go ahead and add in our honey, and we're gonna do another quarter cup. This is actually honey from my dad. He has beehives that he keeps at my parents' house. So it's really nice that we have fresh honey all year round. A little bit of a nice vinegary heat. We're gonna add some hot sauce. You could do cayenne if you wanted to, but I like hot sauce. All right, and then to top it all off, I'm gonna add a little bit more of that same toasted onion and garlic seasoning that we put on top of our little pigs in a blankets. We're just gonna sprinkle some of that in here just to give it a little more flavor.